if you go back to looking at what really affects economic activities in a country, you'll find that the economy is exposed to many variables, both internal and external. And it's very difficult to sometimes point out in totality which variable, it's a bit difficult to say, okay, fine, this year this is the critical variable or such. Many things work hand in hand, others are direct, others are related. So you see, when we are stable, like between 2013 and 2017, when we are stable and there is no political, we don't have heightened political activities, people are able to engage in economic activities. We're able to attract foreign direct investments. We're able to call in tourists to come in, and we're able to achieve some form of good and strong economic growth. But you need to remember that also, as people head towards elections, we have a different kind of environment. For example, it's assumed that politicians are going to spend a lot of money during the campaigns, probably for the right reason, others for the wrong reason, for example, bribing people. So what will happen is that there will be a lot of money that is being supplied in the economy, and that will tend to bring in inflation. So that is something that you are not able to stop or control at the top level. But I think with the central bank's ability to have a strong monetary policy, we may find that the impact may not be too high. So to some extent, we may not be able to control everything that affects the economy, especially as we approach political or times of elections, but we can only hope that we don't have significant impact on prices. We can only hope to have a reasonable sort of like level of inflation. And of course, I think central bank, being aware about this, is able to put in other pressures and other measures in place just to help strengthen that. And I think the government is aware about this. The government is aware about this. So you may find that as the time we go to next year, if there's more money being pumped in the economy to finance campaigns and bribe people, what central bank will then do will be to go back and increase the interest rates and require banks to increase the reserve ratios for banks, to require banks to deposit more with central bank, then that way to reduce the money in the economy. So therefore, central bank will then come in and put in measures that help control inflation, but sometimes this is also, it takes time also for the response to be there. But generally, don't forget that we are an African emerging economy, and as we grow democratically, you'll find that we have to go through a learning process. It will come to a time when politics, once we stabilize, once people know that presidency is not everything, okay, you'll find that people will settle down, will become politically mature, and that may not take the next elections or the next after that. That may come, after a while. Like Europe and the States, they've taken over 100 years just to be where they are. So it's not something that happens immediately. So what we have to do then is just to learn how to manage the economy for an emerging country, especially during politics, and then of course hope that other systems that you put in place, they help stabilize. We've just said devolution at the county level, that's a very good thing. So people will not focus too much on the presidency. That has been an issue. Secondly, if you put systems of elections that are fair, because that contributes a lot to the, when people feel that the elections are free and fair, okay, it reduces the risk of, it reduces that risk of that the political violence that you witness. And then of course, if you combine some monetary and fiscal pressures, then that will also reduce the kind of political risk that you may get. So over time you find that you're stabilizing, and so elections are not really a major factor in it doesn't really affect your economic growth.